Hi, I'm the math guy, Steve. Let's solve some equations. So, when solving linear equations, it's just a few simple steps, 6 at most, okay? So, how to solve linear equations? What we're going to do is first, if there's fractions involved, multiply by the least common denominator. If there's parentheses involved, we distribute across those parentheses. Then we look on each side of the equation separately, each side of the equal sign separately, and collect things that are alike. Next, we get the x's, or whatever variable we're dealing with, the x's to one side, the numbers to another side, to the other side. And then lastly, we divide by the number in front of that x. But don't forget, we have to check, okay? So let's try this one. Now we solve this one first. Let's see, are there fractions? We don't have fractions here, so we can skip that first step. Next step says, if there's parentheses, distribute across those parentheses, which we do have here. So let's distribute. Distribute this 2 across the parentheses, as well as here. Now we distribute this 3, not just the 3, but the negative 3 across the parentheses. And so let's see what we get. Okay, 2 times x, that'll give us a 2x. 2 times negative 1, that'll give us a negative 2. Plus 3 equals, okay, x, and then now we're distributing the negative 3. So negative 3 times x, that's negative 3x. Negative 3 times 1, that's negative 3. All right. Next step says, okay, collect like terms on each side separately. In other words, let's look at the left side of the equation, collect things that are alike, and then we'll do it to the right side. So on this left side, we see, okay, there's a 2x, a negative 2, and a plus 3. Now that negative 2 and plus 3 are just constants, and so we can combine those, put those together. Whereas the 2x we leave as is. So that'll give us 2x, and then negative 2 plus 3. That's positive 1. Okay. Then we look at the right side of the equal sign. Let's see what we have. Here we have a x, a negative 3x, and a negative 3. So again, this x and negative 3x are alike. So those things that are alike, we want to combine those. Whereas the negative 3 we leave as is. So x minus 3x gives us negative 2x minus 3. Step 4 says get x's to one side, the numbers to the other side. Meaning, okay, I need to bring all the x's, say I want to bring them to the left. We would add 2x to both sides of the equation. So that gives us on the left side, 2x plus 2x is 4x plus 1 equals negative 3. So I brought all the x's to the left side. Now we'll bring the constants or the numbers to the other side. By, if it's a plus 1, we subtract 1 from both sides. Which gives us 4x equals negative 3 minus 1, negative 4. And then step 5 says, then divide. Just divide. We're trying to get the x by itself. That's the goal. So divide by the number in front of the x. Divide both sides by 4. That gives us x equals negative 1. And then we're done. Don't forget, you got to check it. That's step 6. So how we check it is by plugging it back into the original equation, seeing if we get a true statement. Let's try it. Here's our check step. Okay, let's check. So I'm going to plug in negative 1 for every x in the original equation, see if I get something that's true. Meaning, okay, 2 times negative 1 minus 1 plus 3 equals negative 1 minus 3 times negative 1 plus 1. Let's see if this is a true statement. We're really asking a question, is this true? Okay, so that'll give us what? 2, if I simplify inside those parentheses, that's times negative 2 plus 3. Is that equal to negative 1 minus 3 times, again, simplifying the parentheses, we get 0. All right, 2 times negative 2 is negative 4 plus 3. We're asking, is that equal to negative 1 minus 3 times, or negative 3 times 0 is plus 0. And so is this true? Yeah, negative 4 plus 3, that's negative 1. Is that equal to negative 1 plus 0? That's negative 1. Yep, those been the same ever since I was born. Yep. So again, solving linear equations is not very difficult. It just takes some steps. And always remember, math is everywhere.